Okay, so we got a turnover right here. Stop. Okay, so you see the steal right here. There can be no wasted motion in transition defense. Okay, stop. So you see the steal. You need to be sprinting back now. See, look at this wasted motion. That little lollygag right there is what turns this into a 3-on-2, and it makes it very difficult to defend. Horrible switch. If Kelly Olynyk is switching this screen, then he needs to get in a defensive stance with his feet set right now, okay? And this player needs to get underneath the screener right now. But look at Kelly Olynyk. Nope. You have no chance of guarding Devin Booker right now. That's done. If you're Taylor Horton Tucker and you want to play the gaps, you got to be there now. Like, you got to have your feet set and in a defensive stance. You can't be moving your feet inward. Like, see how he's moving his feet inward? His body momentum's taking him this way. So now he's not going to be able to get out to Devin Booker. He can just get it and there. Okay, look at Walker Kessler here. Please get in a defensive stance with your feet set. This is not a defensive stance. Your feet are not set. So when Chris Paul catches his ball, the only option you have now is backpedaling. If you're Walker Kessler, you're taking DeAndre Ayton here off this pick and roll, okay? So that's good. Stop. But you got to stay with Ayton here. Like, what is he doing right now? Like, wow. Okay, the shot goes up. Stop. This player is going to be backpedaling. Can't happen. You got to be sprinting back and now. And these two players start sprinting back. Like, when people just stare at the shot and don't get back, transition defense is next to impossible. I mean, you got to get low here. The low man wins in this situation because you got to move Biyombo out. And you got to get low to do so. Like, look at, you're not getting low enough, and Biyombo's the one moving you, so that's a huge problem out of a baseline out of bounds. This is ridiculous. You have got stop. Chris Dunn has got to get his feet set in a defensive stance right now. Like, look at Chris Dunn. You're not in a defensive stance. You're just backpedaling and giving Devin Booker space. Hey, you cannot be guarding nobody in a zone. The Jazz are in a zone, okay? So if this player's coming to take the ball, first of all, he's got to come over and take the ball, and this player's got to get up and you got to go here because this player's going to duck under the screen. Like, nobody takes the ball. Here we go again. Look at Lauri Markkanen. Get your feet set. This is not going to work. Look at Lauri Markkanen. Move his foot inward. Boom. You're out of position now. Now Campaign's got you. Little jab step sets you flying backwards. Cannot lean towards the screen. Look at this Jazz guard right here leaning towards the screen. You just get beat the other way. Again, problem. You're in a zone. This player's guarding nobody. If this player's coming to guard the ball off this ball screen, then you got to get to the corner and this player's got to get up. If you're not guarding anybody in the zone, that means someone's open. Okay, you cannot go up the gut of this down screen. You got to stay attached to Devin Booker. If he comes this way, you got to stay with him. Like, you're going, look at this, is going up the gut. Terrible angle. If you're Kelly Olynyk, just get back. You are not getting a steal on Chris Paul. Like, you just gambled for we just lost you now. If Kelly Olynyk is going to trap, it can't be just out of the blue. As soon as Kelly Olynyk comes to trap, this player's got to slide up. You got to take players 2 passes away. If you're trapping, the trap better be good enough that this pass can't get made. And if it can, this player along the baseline should be able to rotate. Okay? But if you just trap and it's this easy to pass out of, well, now you're in a lot of trouble. Okay, so, I mean, we have a loose ball on the floor here. Stop. Like, these Jazz players need to start to get back. At least start. If Taylor Horton Tucker comes up with this ball, you can get back in the play. But if you don't start getting back and Phoenix gets this ball like they just did, well, then now this happens. Look at this Jazz player right here, not looking at the ball. If you're waiting for a screen, a teammate will let you know. Your only focus guarding the ball can be the ball. I mean, look at this Jazz player right here, still peeking. You can see him peeking right now. See, that's why he leaned that way. Like, whoops. Okay, if you're coming out to hedge this screen, okay, stop. See, like right now, this backside defender's got to move. If this player's coming out to hedge, this player can guard these Suns players 2 passes away. But if you're hedging a screen with no backside help, that's just not going to work. The Jazz are in a zone. Johnny Juzang, first of all, cannot be not seeing his man in the zone. Like, look at this. You're just flat out not seeing your man. So look at this. When your man catches it, look, You're not ready to guard. He can just get it and go. We'll switch. This Jazz player needs to be leveled to the screener so that when this player comes off the screen, you're in a defensive stance and you're ready to guard. See, look at, are you in a defensive stance ready to guard right now? Because you need to be. The answer is a resounding no. This Jazz zone is a nightmare. What is Chris Dunn doing? You're guarding nobody. If you're Chris Dunn, you need to get down here so this player can go here and this player can go here. If this player's guarding here and this player's guarding here. When you're guarding nobody in a zone, just like if you're guarding nobody in man-to-man, you're leaving someone open. Okay, so I understand this is a block shot stop, but Chris Dunn doesn't know this, okay? So when this shot goes up, Chris Dunn should be coming in here to box out, and Kelly Olynyk should be too. Because whether it's a block shot or a long rebound, if nobody's boxing out, like they're not, where's the ball going to go? Okay, so Kelly Olynyk is stepping up here to guard Chris Paul. If you're Chris Dunn and you want to get in the gaps, you need to drop now. You need to get your feet set and your back to the baseline. Because look at Chris Dunn. This doesn't work. Look at this. Look at him waiting. So now his feet are taking him inward. You have no chance now of getting back out to Devin Booker, even more so when you add in a gamble there too.